Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker with Tools. Tonight we're going to be covering some EDC lighting from OLight, so let's go ahead and get into that on Tinker with Tools. Alright, so right up front, OLight did actually reach out to me and offer to send these lights over. I did not pay anything for the lights, but I have used lights from OLight previously, and I've always been impressed with the quality that I got out of them, and so I did jump at the chance to review these lights. The opinions in the video are still going to be my own. I will always strive to be honest with you, but I do want to thank OLight for sending these over, so let's get right into the video. About 3 to 4 years ago, I actually went out and purchased with my own money one of the little mini OLight flashlights just to be able to carry a light in my pocket at all times. Now, I get that in today's day and age, you do have a light on your cell phone, but using that for any prolonged period of time really drains the battery, and if you do get in a situation where the power's out, it's not something you want to have to worry about charging that device more frequently, and so having a dedicated light can be beneficial. Now, the light I had is much smaller and even less expensive than the two that we are going to show here. It is the little i3T that runs off a AAA battery, but I have had really good luck with it. Now, what we're going to be reviewing today are actually two brand new items that are getting released actually when this video goes live. There is going to be a sale on these that we'll talk about at the end of the video. So the first light they sent over to me is going to be the OLight Baton 3 Pro Max. Now, if you've paid attention to OLight before, you will know that the Baton series of lights has actually been around for quite a while. Previously, I had actually looked into purchasing, I believe it's the Baton 2 SR or something like that. I'll show it on the screen, and just never actually committed the money to it, but it's always been an intriguing series of lights to me. They do seem rather small, they're rechargeable, and so there's a lot of really nice benefits with these lights. Now, this light takes most of what's happening there and just goes a little bit further. So the main thing you're going to be getting with this light is max output of 2500 lumens. So this is going to be a brighter and more powerful version. Now, this is a rechargeable battery inside of here. It is powered by a single 21700 cell with 5,000 milliamp hours of capacity. Now, the one they sent over to me is going to be their orange light, which comes in several different colors. The majority of them are going to be an aluminum alloy is what the body is made of. If you go with the desert tan, you're going to be getting a magnesium alloy, and that one is actually going to be a little bit lighter. This one comes in 2 different color temperatures available. This is going to be the cool white. They also do offer a neutral white, so you do have a couple of different options there. The charging port is actually just going to be USB on one end, and then it is just kind of this magnetic little tab that just goes right onto the base of the light, and as soon as it makes connection, it will start charging. And then with it, you are getting kind of that side control, and there are a couple of cool things about this. If you go ahead and shake it back and forth, it will actually give you a couple of strobes of the light on the actual button here, and will tell you what the charge status or what the battery status is. Now, when it comes to the actual light, it is quite bright. Once you turn it on, you can actually just go ahead and filter through the different ones. When it gets up to the brightest setting, that really high setting or turbo, it is a very bright light. Overall, the light is not super big, but it is certainly going to be larger than some of those mini kind of lights that I had previously talked about, that 1.3T or even the 1.5T. Now, it is IPX8 waterproof rated. That is going to be up to 2 meters for 30 minutes, so it can withstand some water or some rain on it. They also do include this little mountable little L bracket that does allow you to actually just go ahead and have it mounted somewhere in your house. Just comes with a 3M strip on the back, and so you are able to just stick that where you need to and then have good access to your light, whether you want it sitting next to your bed, easily accessible, or something like that. Last feature I think I'll mention here is it does have a proximity sensor. If you do have it in the high setting, and then you double tap, it's going to go into the turbo mode, shrink it down. It will actually, as you get closer to something, it will turn it down, and then as you move back, it will go ahead and go full blast again. Now, as I mentioned, my previous experience with OLights is going to be mostly in their smaller lights, so stepping up to this is a much more premium light. Now, as I mentioned, the charging interface works well. As long as you're charging with ample time, I don't think the charge time is going to be a problem. But if you're needing to be able to get it back up and running very quickly, I might recommend just having a spare battery that is charged and ready and waiting if you're going to be in a situation where you're going to need it to never have any downtime. We'll have to do some testing to be able to verify those claims. So far, I've been using it for an hour or so. We're still getting the green light on there, so I'm not real worried about runtime on it for the needs that I have. So then how do I see this light being used? I think the first option is obviously going to be as an EDC flashlight. This light is going to be pretty compact for the power that it's going to be packing. All right, and then for me, one of the main places that I could see it being used is obviously in my go bag. Currently, I run one of these Milwaukee Rover powered by their red lithium battery. And so size-wise, it is actually a little bit smaller than that. Now, this one is just going to provide light out almost in a broader view, not as pointed as a flashlight. It does have a couple of different power levels as well. Overall, I think this could very easily go in that type of go bag. I still think this is a great light, but I think this is where that one is going to reside if it's not going to be in my pocket. All right, and then the second item that they sent over, but this is actually going to be the O Pen Glow, but this is actually quite a bit more than just a metal pen. At the very heart of it, it is still a pen. It actually is a decent pen. It writes well. Being an OLight pen, that is where this one does have a couple of tricks up its sleeves. If you go ahead and press on there, you can go ahead and get a light that comes down right on the clip of the pen. That light also has some different brightness modes, and actually this is going to be roughly the same brightness that you're going to be getting from that little i3T that I do have and carry around in my pocket. It can go up to 120 lumens on its brightest setting. It can go down to 5 lumens on its lowest setting. They've had the O Pen for a while. They have an O Pen 2 Pro and a couple of different models that have that same feature. They also have a green laser pointer in the end. That is something nice that you're going to be able to have one just on your individual writing utensil. I do love getting a combination tool that's going to do more than one thing. But what makes the O Pen Glow even more different or special, when you do have the pen extended, if you go ahead and tap on the base, you are going to get a little tiny light that goes out around pen at the base, almost like a little halo light. Now, this one is by no means a very bright light. It is actually pretty dim, but if you're going to need to be writing in a dark area, it does illuminate that little page enough that you are able to see what you're writing. And I think that is just absolutely genius. So really, this is kind of be more of a 4-in-1 light. Now, the other nice thing about it, if you go ahead and unscrew the base of the pen, this actually now is still a functioning light. So you can actually set this somewhere that you are able to go ahead and write and use this to kind of light the area around it if you need a little bit more light. Now, the charging for this, you might think you have to unplug it or you have to undo it and stick it into a charger. They actually have just this little OLight charger that when the pen goes ahead and sticks down in it like that, it will kind of just glow down there at the base and let you know that it is charging. Charge time was about 50 to 60 minutes for me, and it was fully charged. But I do like that you could just have that plugged in on your desk or your nightstand or whatever, and then just go ahead and charge your pen at night and have a functioning flashlight that is a combination. It's going to be your writing utensil. It can be a laser pointer for you. There's just a lot of functionality in that pen. All right, so then let's go ahead and talk pricing for these two items. Baton 3 Pro Max, that standard pricing for that light is going to be $89.99. You can get it on sale for $62.99, so you're going to be going down almost a full $30. That is a pretty good sale for an initial offering, I think. Now, the pen pricing, when it's not on sale, is going to be at $80. Once again, that's not a cheap pen by no means, but you are getting a laser pointer, 2 different lights, and the pen. But the sale price is going to be down at $55.99. And so once again, you are going to be taking $25 off that. This isn't necessarily going to be something that I'm going to see everybody going out and getting, but if you do want a really good quality, versatile tool that is going to give you a bunch of different functionality, you can go ahead and do that. Now, one of the concerns I had about the light was just being able to turn it on. If you just go ahead and hold it for 2 seconds, now it is in lockout mode. So the lockout mode is really nice, but it just kind of make it so you're not just going to inadvertently drain the battery or leave the light on. I do really like that you can lock it out. It's really a unique little pen, but I can tell you that if I'm going to be carrying one of these in my pocket predominantly, I need a pen most days, and so carrying this pen is going to be able to give me that kind of emergency light that I need, It is going to be able to give me a laser pointer for different times when I might need that at work or something like that. And so it is going to give you quite a bit of versatility, and it's still going to be a light, and it's still going to be a pen. So I do think that this one is going to make it into my pocket more often than maybe what the bigger light is, unless I'm going to be going somewhere where I know that I'm going to need a little bit more powerful light. All right, so then as I mentioned, these items are going to become available on May 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and then the sale is going to go through midnight on the 18th. And there are other items that are included in that sale. You do have some of their limited edition arc-filled lights. They are going to have a sale on the i5R, and then they do have a sale on the Marauder Mini and some different O-knives, and then they also have their Perun 2 headlamp that is going to be on sale. So if you're looking to get some OLight product at a much cheaper price, go ahead and check out the sale. All right, so there you have it. These are the two products that they sent out. I really was not expecting a pen with that much versatility, so this one has impressed me quite a bit. Obviously, I knew the light was going to be impressive, and it rightfully has impressed me quite a bit. So go ahead and let me know what you think of these. If you have something that you do as far as your EDC carry, go ahead and let me know what it is. I know I've mentioned a couple of different knives or utility knives that I've used in the past, a Leatherman, for example, but a light is certainly something that does need to be part of our EDC considerations. It really is just about being prepared and get along in really any situation that you might find yourself in. Let me know what is your EDC preference as far as lights or even knives go. Let me know what that is. Let me know if you'd consider carrying something like this pen. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I will try and get to as many of those. And if you have questions about the products, let me know and I will get them answered for you. Once again, I appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this has been Tinker with Tools.